Hello and welcome to the episode 2 of Sit, Sip and Share with Yes and Os. And today we have with us Rene from Slovenia, who is a guest speaker to share his Erasmus experience at NMBU.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and to have this conversation with you.
So first thing first, what's your favorite cozy beverage to enjoy on a chilly day like this in Norway where autumns are below 0 degrees?
Well, I think beer is always a safe option, so probably beer. But if I need to choose non-alcoholic, I would say Fanta.
Fanta.
Yeah.
Nice. Unfortunately, we don't have Fanta with us today, but we have apples in juice. We have different flavors of tea, coffee, and cappuccino. So,
it's you're quite prepared actually. I think I will choose tea today because I haven't had tea in a long time.
nice, wonderful.
Yeah, and you? What
I
will you
haven't
choose?
had a tea since morning, but normally I drink tea every day.
Every day. Do you drink like the one with caffeine, like green tea or black tea, or do you drink like regular tea?
Have you heard about Indian tea?
Indian tea?
Yes. We call it chai.
Chai, yeah, I know
Yes.
what you mean. Yeah.
So, all right. Now that we have our favorite beverages, so Rene, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then also mention about a fun fact that not many people know about you.
So yeah, thank you for the word. So as you said, I come from Slovenia. Now I'm doing my master's at NMBU. I'm taking my third semester in my master's class. So this semester I will do here in Norway. And I'm studying agriculture. So I come from a farming background at home. We have milking cows, and I've been dealing with cows all my life. I quite enjoy it.
Nice.
The older I get, the more I enjoy them. I think they're pretty nice animals. They can be sympathetic and they have a lot of different characters. So that may be the fun fact of mine, that I really like to sing like in my spare time. Not that I want someone to listen to me, but just to keep me in a good mood. And I sometimes see, because when I'm in a good mood, I transfer this good mood through singing to the cows, and I can see they're being more playful. They rather come to me and connect with me than if I'm like in a bad mood and not energetic.
That's very interesting. That's amazing fun fact. Nice. And then if you can tell us, how has your experience at NMBU been so far? It's been 2 months, right?
It's been actually I skipped the introduction in August, so I came on 5th of September here. So now it's been a little more than 1 month.
Yeah.
And the experience for now, it's been quite great. I would say it's been amazing with a lot of setbacks, but not in a way that would actually bring me down, but to encourage me to solve some problems and to figure out some stuff. And it was quite like a game, because I experienced quite a few difficulties at the beginning.
We can move to our next section, which is... So can you tell us what motivated you to participate in an exchange semester, and what made you choose NMBU in Norway?
So what inspired me is, at first I had a lot of problems choosing to go to the exchange, because I've always been on a farm. The farm takes a lot of work to do, and I always felt like I have this pressure on me that I need to stay home to help with the cows, to not leave home for too long. But last year I've been traveling and I've been attending a lot of different projects from Erasmus Plus, for 1 week or 2 weeks.
Okay.
And that actually motivated me to go for a bit longer. So I chosen this study exchange. And how I came to Norway is quite funny, because originally I wanted to go to Finland, and I had all the papers ready, but the other university wasn't responding, and my coordinator said, okay, I don't think that we should wait, just apply somewhere else, and I said, okay, just for safety, let's then choose Norway, and I will still go to Finland.
Okay.
But then Norway responded, and they said, yeah, we like to welcome you. And at the same time, Finland responded, yeah, we also want to take you. But I then said, okay, let's do Norway then, no Finland. So now I'm here.
So do you, like, you have spent like little over a month, do you regret this option?
No. It's been amazing, and I'm very grateful that I choose this, and I think it was the right decision.
Amazing. And have you had any memorable moments since you arrived at NMBU? Like any special moment?
I had a few, like I can really like choose one. Like from ESN, I like the T-shirts. I like how I got to ESN. Like I didn't know the organization. I didn't come here like planned.
Nice.
I've been at this. I should have had a study at the university, and I was looking for the room for the classroom, and I see the classroom, and it was all empty. So I was like, okay, what's up? I check on the calendar. It says that we have studies here.
Yes.
So then this other French dude comes, and he was like looking around, and I knew that we are both lost in this university. So I said, "You're looking for this class?" Yes. And yeah, and then we go to the classroom, and then we see that professor had some problems. She couldn't attend, and he said, "Yeah, you know what? If you're looking for some company, there's this Erasmus thing happening today at 5 o'clock here at the university. You should go." And well, I thought it's gonna be like we're gonna have some drinks, something to eat, just to talk a bit, and then I come and you said, yeah, we're this organization, you will become active members, and I was like, oh, what is happening here? I didn't know what is happening at all, and then I just signed some papers and I started.
Nice. That's a funny story because not many of our viewers know that we have our active members, and then Rene is part of ESN's active member community that we have. And I think no one plans to join ESN, for example. My story of joining ESN was never planned. It was just random. But maybe for this interview, we should focus on you.
Okay.
I will talk about my story maybe in another interview.
I can interview you tomorrow if you want.
Yes, we can switch roles.
Okay.
Thank you. And moving on to our next section. So what aspects of Norwegian culture have fascinated you the most during your stay so far?
So the first thing that that really caught my eye was the Norwegian architecture. I really love the houses, the wooden houses. I think it's so authentic and natural, and the material and the wood in the houses smells so nice. It feels very cozy. So the architecture of Norway, it was the first thing that I saw that really amazed me. And also they really like their coffee. Like everywhere I went, like outside the university, they drink like they started pouring coffee at 8 o'clock in the night, And I was like, "You're crazy! You're not going to sleep. Why are we drinking coffee now?"
So Norwegians are amongst the most coffee drinkers in the world.
Yeah, I think they're actually on the top, like on the very top.
Yes, they are crazy about coffee. I can say that. And next is that I wanted to ask, like, are there any specific custom or traditions from Slovenia that you find unique and love sharing with your friends here? Maybe someone wants to go to Slovenia. So since you like the architecture of Norway, and what is that in Slovenia that you love about your country?
So for any Norwegians listening to this, like I can find some similarities between. This is actually the Slovenian flag. We forgot to mention it was here, so we just put it up. So similarities between Slovenia and Norway is like we both love to be active. Like in Slovenia, a lot of people are active. We go to a lot of hikes. We like on the road. You will only see bicycles during the summer.
Do you have more bikes than Netherlands?
No, that's no. But we like to actively cycle to work out. We also like to party a lot. We're quite. We have like this parties on the village areas usually. It looks like this. It's a white tent, a big white tent. There's like a performer, and people are just dancing and drinking a bit and having fun. So if you're in Slovenia, I would really recommend that if you visit one of these parties, it's like every week all over the Slovenia. And The mountains, I would recommend the mountains. The mountains are very nice. And the people. I think the people in Slovenia, we are quite warm. From like I got this a reflection from others that visited Slovenia, said, you know, Slovenians, you're the nicest. My neighbor actually here, she was in Slovenia cycling, and she and her friend were stopping, and there was like this Slovenian lady standing by her fence of the house, and she said, do you want some food? And then she brought a lot of figs, you know, and apples, and she was like very surprised, you know.
I think you're convincing me to plan a trip to Slovenia.
Yeah, of course, and call me, you know, we can arrange something.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for that.
And if you want to work on the farm, feel free, I can give you work for the whole week, you know.
Nice. Wonderful. So don't be surprised if I book a flight to Slovenia next week.
Yeah.
All right, before we move to our next section, since this is sit, sip and share, so we should not forget to do some sip. Skol?
Skol. So in Slovenia it's na zdravje.
Na zdravje.
Na zdravje.
Na zdravje in Slovenian.
It means to your health.
This is actually a good tea. Good for health. Alright, the next section is... And do you face any interesting language challenges when you arrived in Norway? And then how did you navigate them?
With the language I didn't have any problems, because I think like 90% of Norwegians speak English. So in that terms it was very easy to communicate. And I think that is kind of a bad thing for me, because I haven't had like any motivation to learn Norwegian, you know.
Okay.
I don't even know how to say, you know, hello or how are you or something like that, because everybody understands English and I can just say that in English.
Have you picked any Norwegian phrases that you find like amusing or particularly useful?
Tusen takk, it means 100 times thank you.
No, it means thousands of thanks, but yeah, that was close.
Yeah. So tusen takk, and yeah.
I think if you are going for groceries, I think that's where this is most useful. Tusen takk, bare hyggelig, which means good pleasure, directly translated. But then if someone says tusen takk to you, then you can reply back as a bare hyggelig.
Bare hyggelig.
Yeah, it's like good pleasure or pleasure meeting you.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Moving on to our next section, which is, since we are sitting on a comfy couch in a cozy cafe setting, and if you could have like coffee with any famous celebrity, who would that be, and then why would you ask them to join us?
I would say Matthew McConaughey, the actor, the American actor, and why I just kind of like his vibe, and like in this time that he's getting older, he also does a lot of like reflective work, and he's motivating people, you know, about mental health and stuff like that. And I think that would be like very helpful for people now, because we live in these times where there's a lot of information and it's kind of hard for us to take it in all, and sometimes we need to stop and to reflect a bit and just to enjoy the breathing and the sunshine and stuff like that.
Alright, and then what's a hobby or a talent of yours that you are passionate about and then often enjoy in your free time?
So I like singing. It's not like that I'm good at singing, but I just like it. Sometimes I'm in the mood and I sing okay, but sometimes I think I bother people with my singing. And I also play a bit of guitar, so it goes hand to hand.
But I think you're in a good mood today. Do you want to try some
singing?
Yeah.
Maybe later, like between the commercial breaks. We could do.
We'll definitely have those.
I like hiking, walking. I like to.
But singing is your like go-to
I
hobby.
I just do it all the time, and a lot of random things actually. I'm not like fixing. I like playing football also and running a bit. Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
Being in motion.
Great. So next we have our section, which is So in this section, I would like you to maybe talk more in a comparative way, like how different do you feel is the study structure here at NMBU compared to Slovenian university that you study, and then how different is the student life here in Norway?
Okay. I would say the whole program of NMBU compared to Slovenia, I would say it's very more fulfilling. They cover more stuff, and the stuff they're actually teaching, it's very modern compared to Slovenia. Sometimes like the teachers are a bit old and are not accepting the new ways of farming. For example, like I'm studying agriculture and we're still like learning these things that they learned 20 years ago. But here I see they're like, I came here and I started to work with R programming, which I think it's like very, I never heard of R programming on our university, but here it's quite commonly used, you know, in every field. And I think we should like just step our game in Slovenia, and that's why it's nice like for students to go abroad to see stuff like this and bring it back in their countries and to push the change a bit.
Nice. And how about like the student life, like after the studies, how was your student life back in Slovenia?
Well, there was a lot of partying, like quite a lot. Actually, one of my schoolmates, he's a winemaker, and he's making champagne. Not champagne, but like a bubbly wine. Yeah. Okay. But the method is the same they used in champagne. And every Tuesday we have like parties at Tuesday, and every Tuesday we drink this champagne. And it was so good, you know. It was the best bubbly wine that I drank all my life, and we were just, you know, we were quite living luxuriously. And now, like a few weeks ago, he got a message that he won the best bubbly wine in Slovenia, like the prize, and it was such an honor, you know. We were just drinking this, like he was bringing it for free, you know. We were just drinking, it was nice, but it was the best bubbly wine in Slovenia.
It's good to have friends who are best in some good things, for example, wine.
Right, yeah. Nice. I actually have quite a lot of friends that are winemakers, so I'm pretty privileged, I would say.
Amazing. Moving on to our next section, which is, so if you could plan a dream vacation in Norway.
I can actually, I think I experienced my dream vacation here. So when I came here, I didn't have a place to stay at because my flat application got rejected because I was too late.
Okay.
And when I came here to Norway, I didn't have figured out where I'm going to sleep. And luckily I met through this organization, I met some Norwegian people here in Oslo, a bit older, and they gave me a place to sleep for the first night. And then they got some contacts that I can connect here with Os, and then the next day I went here to Os. But they said, like when I was there, they said, you know, our friends are actually our relatives have a farm a bit north. They're actually it's a sheep farm. Okay. And if you want, you can come with us and we will go visit them next week, you know. And I said, yeah, that would be a great experience. As a farmer, like that's very exciting to go on a farm. So next week comes and I pack my things and they said, yeah, bring something robust to wear because we're gonna be active. And I said, okay, well, and we went to the car and I asked, you know, how long is gonna be the drive? And they said, yeah, about 6 hours. And I was like, 6 hours, you know, I wasn't expecting that because in Slovenia it's much shorter. And then, but it was through night, I slept a bit and it was fast. And the next day we got there and they said the people were very nice, like, and the farm was very nice, one of the biggest there. And we went sheep hunting. The farmers had their sheep on the mountains through the whole of the summer, and the first day was a bit rainy, but we drove to this mountain and we went to the other side, and then went through the mountain, hiked to the other side and looked for ship. And
Amazing.
yeah.
And do you remember the place where you were traveling?
It's Vos.
Was
Yeah. And I think it's hard sometimes to explain it with words, but it was so peaceful, just
I can
hiking
imagine.
there and looking for ship. At the first, it was a bit frustrating because we didn't find any, but
Mhm.
then we were very lucky actually, and the farmer was very satisfied because we found a lot of ship.
Wow. And you mentioned that these were the people who gave you like a spot to spend first night in Norway.
Yeah, like their relatives have the farm, and they actually took me to the.
Amazing.
To
You never know. Sometimes you have something in your destiny
yeah.
that can just happen. Otherwise, if you had like a place to live in Oslo, you would have never stayed in Oslo for a night, and then this
Exactly.
trip would have never been like possible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's why we need to think positives about some setbacks that
Mhm.
first seem as setbacks, but they're actually a learning experience, or like they open way more channels of connecting people.
Alright, and then we talked about like the destinations in Norway, and then what are the like dream destinations for someone who is visiting Slovenia, and what would be your advice?
So as a Slovenian, sometimes I like to travel abroad, but I think that there is so much Slovenia that I haven't discovered yet.
Mm-hmm.
But this year I had the pleasure to work on this project, and we went to the east side of Slovenia,
Mm-hmm.
which is connected to the sea, and the region there is very beautiful. They have a lot of good wine. It's called Kras. They have very good meat products also, and good red wine. The whole landscape is very beautiful. So I would say Kras, yeah. And I would say also the mountains. The mountains are amazing. And I think I think if anyone comes to Slovenia, he will have a good time. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much. And moving on. So, if you have to send a message back in time to yourself, just before you started your exchange semester in Norway, after you were finalized that you're going to Norway, what advice or encouragement would you give to yourself?
I would probably say nothing, because I would like the surprise of what Norway gave me. So I would probably stay quiet. I would look at myself and just give myself a wink, and just to let myself that okay, everything's gonna be okay, and just don't stress about where you're gonna stay or what people you're gonna meet. Everything's gonna be okay.
Nice. I think I never thought about that, because otherwise, whenever I ask this question to myself or to someone, they always try to advise themselves back in time. But since you are so positive going in life, I think you don't need any advice in the past.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Before we wrap up, we have a small rapid fire round for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just answer in a single word or in a very short phrase. So, favorite Norwegian outdoor activity?
Hiking.
Norwegian cuisine? Brown cheese, maybe?
No.
You can cut that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then favorite NMBU experience so far in single word?
ESN.
Scenic views in Norway?
What?
Any scenic views that you like in Norway?
Scenic. What is that mean?
Scenery or any favorite views that you've experienced so far?
I would say the mountains.
And student life in single word?
Active.
Norwegian wildlife?
Beautiful.
And any language fun?
Talk.
And thanks for sharing that all you shared about Slovenia and then your experience in Norway. We are very grateful.
Thank you.
And before we wrap up, we have a small gift for our guest speakers every day. So I would like to give you a small gift, a small merchandise.
Thank you very much.
This will help you in the upcoming winters. But best of luck for your rest of the exchange semester in Norway, and then hopefully you'll make more memories. And since that you are always looking forward towards the positivity, I'm sure it's gonna be tremendously adventurous.
Thank you.
Thank you.